The first one that we are going to look at will be vinegar. And the second product that we are going to look at in this order will be powder soap. And the third product will be bleach, commonly called eau de javel. It's accepted even in English. Okay, English textbook, you have it. Bleach is called eau de javel. Now, before we go about our manipulation, there are certain precautions that we have to take. Precautions are very important to help us have good results. Since we need to get vinegar, eau de javel, and powder soap, we need some good precautions in order to have the right products. Okay. So the precautions will be included in the different procedures in the production of vinegar, your powder soap, and eau de javel. Now, what we call potions. Potion will help you to protect yourself. You know, when you are carrying out a manipulation like this, you need to protect yourself. Because if you don't live, you cannot carry out that same manipulation. So, precaution is for you to have good results, and caution is for you to protect yourself. Okay? So, that is the use of caution. One here is wear goggles. Goggles, it is not an extraordinary thing. I want to tell you that this one, for example, okay, this goggle, this one is goggle. Goggles are simply tight-fitting glasses, okay, tight-fitting glasses, so that chemicals will not splash into the eyes, so that objects will not jump into the eyes, and so on. Then we have wear face masks. Face mask is very important here. Please, it's not only for corona. I know most of us started wearing face masks because of corona. But in the laboratory, the face mask is very important as it will help to protect you against dangerous chemicals, vapors from chemicals. So unlike when I was mixing sodium hydroxide here, it produces a very pungent vapor that can even disturb your goblet cells in the nostrils. So this face mask, in fact, more precisely, I can call it nose mask, okay? Not necessarily for the face, nose mask, because it's going to protect your nostrils. Now, wear gloves. These are gloves. When I'm touching dangerous chemicals, especially those that will not go into the stomach, they are used for external use only. We need to wear gloves for that, because if chemicals get in contact, okay, with your skin, they can cause some corrosion, some reactions that are not good. Chemicals can even provoke itching, okay? Itching, and when itching comes up, what happens? You have to scratch, and when you scratch, you think it's sweet, and you end up having what? Wounds. Yes, and that will corrode your epidermis. So wearing gloves is very important to protect your skin. Don't taste chemicals, please. Here, if I ask you to taste a chemical, for example, maybe a nutritional product like vinegar, you can, okay? But generally, if not under the instruction of your supervisor, don't do that, okay? Don't taste any chemical, because chemicals are very dangerous. You may be tasting that for the first and the last time if you are tasting chemicals in the laboratory. Then the next one here is avoid contact of chemicals with skin. And we have solved that problem partially here by wearing gloves. You will not, chemicals will not get in contact with the skin of your hand, right? But how can you further protect yourself? Generally, this, like this one, is not really a good lab jacket. It's not really a good lab jacket, because you need the one that is really long sleeve, okay, not short sleeve. Short sleeve, chemicals can easily fall here and cause a lot of problems. So long sleeve, like, is not as well a good one for the laboratory. You need a long sleeve, okay. This is to protect the rest of your body apart from your hands, which are being protected with the gloves. Another thing above all, keep chemicals out of reach of children. You are future chemists, and you want to produce some local products. you have to keep chemicals in your store, at home, and so on, where children are running up and down like little rats. You have to, because children can see a very nice chemical, like, just look at this, and drink it. As you drink it, you really feel good, because you are getting closer to your ancestors. So, this one, that's why I said, above all, keep chemicals out of reach of children. Out of reach of children simply means where children cannot reach, right? Like when these chemicals came up last week, I actually locked them up in one room. I used to send them there to read, because it's my own reading room, but immediately I received these chemicals, I said, it is out of bounds. I locked it up. Because chemicals, children are so experimental. Yes, they can always test, because most children use their mouth like a lab, okay? Everything they see, they want to taste. So, keep chemicals out of reach of children. It's very important. Our work here is quite organized, so we are already going smoothly, okay? After we are through with the precaution, as I said, we are going to find them in the different procedures for the 3 chemicals, substances that we are going to generate here. So we are going to start with the very first one, vinegar. Now, vinegar is one of those local products that are very easy for you to produce, okay? Very easy. All you need to do is to mix things in the right proportions. The 3 main chemicals, the composition for vinegar, we are going to have this one. I've written the formula of acetic acid there, or what we call ethanoic acid. This is concentrated ethanoic acid, okay? Concentrated. This is 1 liter. This is still concentrated ethanoic acid, or what you call acetic acid. In fact, this is the main ingredient, okay? The main ingredient in vinegar, okay? You know, vinegar is so important. If I ask you here, you start telling me a lot about vinegar. You go to the market, you cannot do without salad, right? You got to wash your vegetables. You got to wash your vegetables with vinegar, right? You have to wash your cabbage, right, with vinegar, meat with vinegar. A lot of things you have to wash, even fruits, before eating, like apples. First of all, add some vinegar to water, you wash it. This is very important because it's capable of killing a variety of microbes, okay? So that is disinfection. You disinfect it before eating. It's very, very important. So vinegar. And generally, we often produce 2 types of vinegar, either colorless vinegar, okay, and what you call the color type, the one that is red vinegar, okay. With red vinegar, all what you need to add is a food colorant, okay, a food colorant, and if you look at the steps there, you add the food colorant according to your taste, okay, the color intensity that you want. If you want it to be so red, deep red, you can add more of the food colorant. If you want it to be colored, don't add any food colorant, okay? That is how you apply the color. So generally, there are 3. For the composition, we have 3 substances that are used to generate vinegar. We have acetic acid as the main substance. We have water. And lastly, we have food colorant, okay? So the vinegar that you find every day they are selling, that's a very simple mode to do it. Now is a dilution. As chemists, you need to work with volumes, proportions, and so on. So as far as the dilution is concerned, we actually use 1 liter of vinegar, okay, in 20 liters. You pour 1 liter of vinegar in 20 liters. Since we have got there 40 liters, so we are going to pour these 2 liters, okay, into that. So we are calling on Comecom to come and pour these 2, okay. We call as well for Zandre, come and pour 1 while he's pouring the other. G-Vester. After that is what you take this wooden stick, come and stir. You know why we stir it, right? Yes, we just need it for proper mixing.
Please don't shake me, don't shake me.
What you have to report are the main steps. You can simply follow up. Okay, you can always remember if I place all the steps there. You can simply follow up. I'll tell you, don't worry about the report. I'll tell you how to report. Okay, scientific experiment. You can discuss that together. So follow up so that you understand it very well, because if we transform practicals into theory, again, we will not understand anything. So I prefer that you follow up. That's why I've written these things. So you follow up carefully. Forget about. Okay. Another person can take and stare.
I saw them stare.
They are afraid.
Hey, they are afraid.
Give them
Give me let me stare.
Maria, to come and take a pinch of this and put there. What's the other side? This is a food colorant, okay? It means that it's something that is consumable, you can eat it, so it doesn't really disturb in any way. So you put it according to need. First of all, put a small amount, okay? We'll stir, check the intensity. Stir.
Mama, you do it.
No, allow him to stir first. To check the intensity, go and bring one bottle. Come and put it inside. Let's weigh the intensity. It's better observe from different containers. Come and feel. You want to participate? This you are thinking you should have.
It's a video YouTube, please. It's a video.
The intensity, is it okay?
No, it's not against it.
Please fix yourself and see. The intensity of it is okay, right?
Yes.
Yes, you can taste this. This is a nutritional product, so you don't have problem. You can taste it. Yes. Take this.
Eat in the lab.
Any other person?
Is it juice?
Any other person? Taste
Ah,
over.
Yeah, I'm having pain in my hand. It's okay.
Okay. So, in summary, as far as vinegar is concerned, okay, it's very easy to produce vinegar. You have seen the bottles, quite
Very
simple
easy.
bottles.
Few
The
steps
labels,
only.
the labels are there. We are going to put the labels after we have put the pots, okay? So that it will not easily fall off. So that is how vinegar is produced. There are three main substances. We have water, we have acetic acid, and we have food colorant. If you want it to be colored, but if you don't want, you allow there food colorant. Okay, food colorant is not only used for; they can be used for a variety of nutritional products. Okay, so as far as vinegar is concerned, the next thing in this process is bottling. Okay, we are going to put it in bottles. You can put it in anything that you want. Yes, but we have designed these bottles for that. So all of you are going to participate, okay, to fill it in bottles. You fill and keep them. Someone will be wiping the external surface, okay? You wipe the external surface so that we can easily stick. So that's how you work in it. If you have a small mini industry, you can work like that in tandem. In that precision, you can work like that. So while others are filling, others will be cleaning the surface, others will be putting their stickers levels. That's it for now. Okay, you can stop your videos. The third one, we have the bleach, commonly called OBI.S.N. So the raw materials for making bleach are sodium hypochlorite. You can as well use things like calcium hypochlorite, okay? And this one, commonly they just call it chlorine, in French, chlor. Okay? Sodium carbonate and sodium hydroxide. In fact, here there is no fixed order of adding. If you're producing small amounts, you can just dissolve all the products, okay? You can mix all of them, dissolve at once. But in large amount, you need to dissolve it individually before adding so that it really mix thoroughly. So you weigh 2 grams of sodium hypochlorite, 4 kilograms, that's 2 kilograms of sodium hypochlorite, 4 kilograms of sodium carbonate, and 2 kilograms of sodium hydroxide. So you dissolve the three chemicals and add water to make 40 liters. So we are going to produce 40 liters of bleach. Then you allow the mixture to stand for say 24 hours. 24 hours here is to enable it settle, because after 24 hours you're going to have the bleach is actually the liquid above the sediment, and it's separated from the sediment by decantation. You simply pour, okay? That liquid above is pretty yellowish. It's pretty yellowish. And that is what we call bleach or OBI. If we had done it in the morning, we would have maybe by evening, but we are going to observe if it is possible for us to decant it, okay, and get it fine. So but if not, then tomorrow morning we will have a choice of that. So the preparation is very simple. All the chemicals are already weighed, because here, since we are using larger masses, we cannot weigh with our chemical balance. Otherwise, we are going to go against it, so we are going to destroy it. So they are already measured. Here are the 2 kilograms of your hypochlorite, to get the other ones. Why 4 kilograms of sodium carbonate? It's the proportion of mixtures. Everything has been calculated. Okay? This amount, always use it twice, these others. Okay? To have the right proportion. This you just observe, because this chemical chemicals, you cannot touch them with your hands since you don't have gloves. I'll prefer to do it myself. Maybe that's it.
Scissors.
Maybe that's it. So dissolving in pen, okay, and boil since we do not have many containers. If we have many, you can dissolve to 3 different containers, then you mix it together. If you are using a small amount, you can mix all the 3 together, you dissolve, and this amount is very large. Okay, I can use this thing now, but if I use it, I cannot use the anything. Then vinegar, because some of these chemicals are very poisonous. No, this one, awesome. Okay, you have yours. Why not? You can 10 and pound. You can. Gradually, you should not put this. Another person is returning this one.
Look at what is it.
What?
Gently, gently.
This one is very bad. We took here.
Please catch it. Can you catch this? You catch it.
Maybe scratch your throat.
Sugar.
You can see ginger. That's crab cake. I just saw it and see.
You ready to accept that? Please gradually.
Look at how the apple is coming out.
Just to tell you that it's exothermic, you can think of
Yes. Yes.
Is it positive or negative deviation?
Positive.
Negative deviation. Negative deviation, increase in temperature. Due to what? Bond formation. Stronger bonds are now formed than in the few components, right? That's being it.
Yes.
Please take this other one, let's warm.
Can you turn couscous? Actually, tu laisses ma mère. Tu bats la caméra derrière.
Please, yeah, barring camera.
Yes.
C'est là comme la chaude.
Listen, why can you not pour all of them here one time?
The problem is the difficulty in mixing. You could mix all of them at the same time.
This one I call there.
This one is a sodium carbonate. The first one that we dissolved was the chlorine. And the second one that we are dissolving, is sodium hydroxide. And this one is sodium carbonate. But I said you can dissolve it in any other action. If it's small volume that you want to prepare, you can dissolve all of it at once. The problem is
Donc, c'est tout ça, c'est bien, c'est tout ça. Non, tout c'est toi et moi. Ça bouille.
Ça bouge.
Hey! Ça bouille. Ça bouille. Les Adventists recorded 12 students.
Breaking news.
You know everyone when they danger, you see. You want that come out.
Oh, you know.
There are 4 of them.
Yes, it's you. Yes, I think I'm going to put that up. You're ready to bear it. No, you're ready to bear it.
Please, please.
Go in front instead of going. Oh, 10.
Please, then, if you are tired, give to another person.
In one sense,
It will not be wise for you to be talking a lot in front of that.
You can never stop. It's automatic.
Then this thing, this solution
Don't
is
talk in front of it.
it's not going to burn the container.
Oh.
The heat may break the glass, but not. Sodium hydroxide in particular, we don't store it in glass because it reacts with the main component of glass, which is silica. Okay.
this is why it's not what you say.
Please, you will speak the right English.
Why is it not pulling, sir?
Gradually. Maybe you will not be wise to be speaking in front of
The
chemicals.
thing is like that.
We are still with that 20 liters. Because when we are done, we have to add again 20 liters. Please.
Okay, we'll change the direction.
If it is pap, you will stay.
Seriously.
So you know you will drink the pap after.
Yes.
You need it to be smooth on your throat.
So be careful on the way you're telling you.
It's a chemist. Other than stress.
What about the way that is in?
You know, the answer question is you can reserve your question.
You're spoiling the video.
Not essential. While, please, you need water 20 minutes.
It's as if it has two colors.
Done.
It's as if it has two colors. In the middle, the white, and at the corners, the blue color.
When it's going to set, you will have somewhat pale yellow. That's actually your bleach. It's going to rise above pale yellow. the solid particles, okay, they are going to sink. But there's nothing here that is useless. Or you can still use the sediments to wash your white dresses. Because bleach is actually used for white dresses. If it's in terms of laundry, you use bleach for white dresses because it has a capability of moving dye. That's color. It has a capability of moving, and so you can use even the sediment to wash your white dresses. You can use it in the toilet. I mean, in the sense you can use it to clean your toilet. You clean the floor. And you have to be careful with things that are colored, cleaning with it, because you remove the color. Because it has a capability to colorize it. But it's more efficient and effective disinfectant than your vinegar. Yes. It has a capability of releasing what we call active oxygen. Okay. So it's more effective. So it has a wide range of microorganisms that it can destroy. Even micro-contributing tuberculosis, and viruses, many viruses. So you can use it even for the treatment of water. In a small capsule of this, you can pour it even in 20 liters of water. It has a capability to do that. Remember when there was a cholera outbreak around the north, we used to increase the amount of bleach in drinking water, potable water. We used to increase it because it's capable of killing a lot of microorganisms, ranging from fungi, bacteria, and viruses. You notice that in the hospital they cannot do without it. At the level of the mortuary, yes, you are learning these things today. You can get yourself protected there and supply some of these products there. Because there are people that are in the business. Yes, supply just this because you cannot do without this in the hospital. All what they need to clean the environment, disinfecting it, is very bleach. So what you are producing has a lot of use. Not only your laundry, from laundry, purification of water, cleaning of surfaces, disinfecting surfaces, and so on. And as you can see, it has its own environmental hazard, right? If you release it to say water bodies, it has the capability of killing a particle that is distorting food chains and food webs. Yes, it has the capability of doing that.
Is it the same method that we can use to make the same thing with the solid form in powder? Are you using the same method?
It's not the same. That's why that one you often find it as very cheap. Yes, that one you often find it is very cheap. This one is the one that you can bottle it. You can bottle it, you retail it after having produced it. Let me see the texture.
You bleach your uniform.
For everything. So we have actually produced 40 liters. Okay. You see that it's really thick and it's chalky, right? Chalky because of the carbonates, things like the carbonates. They know that carbonates are very good in neutralizing acids, right? The action of carbon is very good in neutralizing acids. Substance will come out.
For some.
Okay. So we need to keep it at a quiet corner, okay? As long as this is going to ferment, sink, the solid particles will move to the bottom, okay? When you have that, then the clear liquid above is your bleach. After you have got that, you should know that if that this will be solid. You are aware of this reaction in chemistry, in organic chemistry, that chlorine has the capability of reacting with a base. Okay? A base such as we have seen here sodium hydroxide. Okay? To give sodium, that's in cold, not hot. In cold, not hot. Sodium hydrochloride. This same formula you can write it this way. Okay, it's the same thing. Plus water plus H sodium chloride is salt. So we have, this is what we know in chemistry. Balancing equations. So this is what we are so much interested with. We have this substance generated. That is salt. That is produced. Now this substance is has the capability of producing whatever thing that we need there that you actually call the OBI.S.N. So the main chemical there is this one. Because this has the capability of reacting with, if you dissolve it in water, we have plus H2O. You have N plus H4. So you see the use of the other chemical that is there, like the carbonate. The carbonate has the capability of neutralizing this acid, okay? It has the capability of doing that, of neutralizing the acid. So hypochlorous acid or chloric 1 acid has the capability of giving off oxygen. You have HOCl has the capability of giving off oxygen. This substance becomes HCl plus O. But you notice that you will not have oxygen just as O. If you raise this to 2, then of course you have to write so that you will now have molecular oxygen together. Something like that. And that is the more reason why when you wash your dresses, for example, you have to rinse them thoroughly, because this HCl has the capability of causing corrosion on your skin. It can corrode your skin. Maybe you wash your dress and it's poorly rinsed. You wear it when you are sweating, right? The acid can cause some burns on your skin. It's because of the generation of this. This oxygen is active oxygen. It's active in the sense that it has the capability of bursting the walls of microorganisms. It has the capability to grow. So this is what you have at this level as far as this chemistry is concerned. You have this acid generated. Initially you got this one. So you really have a lot of acid in the medium. Not only this one hydrochloric acid is generated, hypochlorous acid is generated. So after washing your dresses with bleach or OBI.S.N, make sure you rinse your dresses thoroughly. Otherwise, when you are sweating, this acid is capable of causing what? Skin burn. It's capable of causing skin burn because of these reactions that we have seen. So we are going to keep it that quiet corner. Okay, then we cover it. This to remove them. Huh? If you prepare, you know how to prepare but also so we can manipulation there. Last manipulation for the day is manufacture of powder soap. Here it's very easy to, you just have to follow the instructions. The raw materials for making powder soap are, we have sodium carbonate. This is sodium carbonate, okay? Sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide already dissolved. Talk about that. Sodium hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is in one of these containers. This hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide, we have foaming agent. Foaming agent. This is your foaming agent. Foaming agent. We have perfume. This perfume is this same perfume that you can dilute. You buy bottles, you put there and sell. Yes, with this I can produce a lot of bottles. Yes, you move around the pot and make some cash. So we have palm kernels, oil, and water. Palm kernels, oil inside here. Come and move. You know this one, right? Palm kernels, oil. Then, as far as the procedure is concerned, this is what we are going to do. We are exactly going to follow this. Okay? Add 1 kilogram of sodium hydroxide to 3.5 liters of water in a large basin. Stir and allow it for 24 hours. So that is the first step. That is what you're supposed to do. That has been done because we could not do it now, then carry out the manipulation. The next step is add 3/4 kilograms of sodium carbonate to the clear sodium hydroxide solution and stir well. This is our sodium carbonate. We'll need one student to come and one student come and press that. Please, one person will stand here for serious caring. This one is not a joke.
Me.
I will stay as well.
Vanessa, Vanessa va passer.
Tu sais, ça va dans la gueule.
You want to make powder soap. This one we really need that you stir it very well for the whole equator was very small. Walk. Leave that amount. It's about 1/4 left. It's about 1/4 left. Come and stir thoroughly. So hold on for now until that is properly stirred.
Ça, c'est le stem chocolate. Je pense que le stem est là.
We actually need a concentration of about 7-point-something molar, okay, moles per dm2. So initially I dissolved 1 kilogram of sodium hydroxide, that is to say 1,000 grams, right? There's 1,000 grams in 3.5 liters of water. And you know, if you have to calculate the molarity here, the number of moles is equal to giving mass over molar mass. The same thing as what molarity times volume. The giving mass here is 1,000 grams. And the molar mass for sodium hydroxide is 40, right? You can divide 1,040, you see what you have. Then, if you need to calculate the molarity, you simply take this number of moles divided by the volume. A liter is the same as what? dm cube. So 3.5 liters is the same as what? 3.5 dm cube. So if you divide what you got, okay, as far as moles are concerned, by 3.5, you are going to have the molarity. If you have your calculator, you can do that later. You are going to have a concentration of about 7 point something molar, which is a nice concentration to prepare this. So what chemists will do when you learn something like this, you want to prepare a larger amount, you simply have to, if you want to double, okay, you simply have to double the quantities, right, with respect to what you have here. So that's what you're supposed to do. Imagine that I wanted to dissolve maybe 2,000 grams of sodium hydroxide. I was simply need 7 liters of water to dissolve. And so on. That is what you are supposed to do. You follow the instructions. Here, for that same amount of sodium hydroxide, for the same amount of the carbonate, I'm using 5 liters of palm kernel oil. Okay? This what we are doing here is quality product. When it comes to maybe commercial purposes, you will get to know more about that, okay? But commercial, in fact, when you buy your things, you want to make products like this. You know how much you have spent, what profit am I going to make? So you know how to regulate the amount of, say, water, the amount of sodium hydroxide, and so on. That is what you're supposed to do. And something like, you're going to see the use of this one. Hydrogen peroxide, commonly called oxygenated water. More hydrogen peroxide is added, so you find so much. It's like you have corn, okay, you blow it up by it, you now have a puff, right? A small amount of thing. Sometimes you think that the number of grains of the corn has multiplied, has not multiplied the same amount of grains, it's just like it has poured out. That is what hydrogen peroxide will do. It's capable of breaking covalent bonds. So the bonds will make substance to be very dense as it brings particles together. But if you break this bond, the substance will appear bulky or voluminous. So that is what this guy does. So keep on saying, if you are tired, you give to another person, please. You give to another person once you are tired. If you are not tired, you can stay indefinitely. There's no problem. Okay. Something while stirring. Okay, while stirring. So there are certain activities in this life that when you do it alone, you will not really enjoy the product. Because at least someone should be stirring. But if you don't have, you can still manage like that. Okay, you add and stir, especially when you are producing small amounts. Maybe for your small business in the quarter. Or if you are producing just for consumption, you can still do it alone, not that someone. Okay, so you can we need let her do it. That plastic person. You pour this one since it's already open. You pour gradually while stirring. I suppose you are tired of another person. So that direction that is taking, if you are scared, you take that direction. Sometimes when you change direction, you change activities as well. So you just take that same direction. If you're coming up to stay, you continue in that direction. You should be on this one. Stare. Once you are tired, you hand it to another person. Give some energy.
Wow.
You keep these bottles jealously because you can still use them later to pour some substances.
Yeah, come with gato.
Maybe you are sorry. You're not playing like that. You're not playing like that.
Stir it very well.
Stay.
One side.
Le stir en même d'abord.
On the corners now.
Another person. Come and stay, please. He's getting tired. There's no waiting, please. Another person. Take the same sense. Don't put fufu in the house.
Oh.
Okay, too fast. My junior sister is helping me to school.
You said I am copying the oil.
You want to know, take a check, quality down. That's it, we are the can store.
One cent.
Never do no.
La petite tête, c'est ma session et c'est un bouteille là comme ça.
Right? A nice pale yellow paste. Stir as much as you can. If you are tired, you give to another person. Okay, you are used to a bigger one. Yes. Where's that bigger one?
I see.
It's very good at neutralizing acids. Okay, very good. You see that we have left part of this, and palm oil on its own is kind of identified fatty acids. Some of the acids that are here have been set free. So we need to neutralize them. To neutralize them, we need to add now the remaining 1/4 kilogram of what? Sodium carbonate. Please, we are adding. Let's add the remaining 1/4 kilograms of sodium carbonate. Come and do it. Let's see. Bring the remaining 1/4 kilograms of sodium carbonate. You add while stirring. So stirring is an important process here for proper. Please try to bend over because it should not go into his face. You think that is little work? You think that this food that you go and eat, you don't know how you see that you were pouring some at the corner, this is not good enough.
When he was there,
Inside. Just wait here. So stir. If you are tired, you give to another person.
Les gens font la gestion.
Give to another one, what is it? Non, le chien à la faute.
Tu m'as envoyé. Parce que j'ai envoyé, je n'avais pas connecté. Ça a fini, c'est même pas beaucoup. C'était triste. Si ça va, parce que
Please, another person should take over.
don't change direction.
There is God. Just the other day, they are standing aside.
Every those girls, I saw the party. Y'all have it for.
Yes. That one, just turn it down, turn it down. Please, just hold on. Still.
C'est comme la crème d'or.
Bon, ouais, ça me l'a pas de gâteau.
So we have just added 250 cm of oxygenated water of hydrogen peroxide. Stay.
Prends les pots, prends les pots.
OBI.S.N project.
Okay, next we are adding 250 cm of foaming agent. Please, you need to stay. If you are tired, I said you give to another person. This is foaming agent. Please, hang on, wait.
Attends, comment? Oui.
I'm adding 30 cm of perfume.
This is the question. If you pick that perfume and raise that container and throw it instead the
No, not the good.
So can all this small mixture fill this big basin?
You'll see. Stand closer.
Oh, don't hurry. That perfume is not much.
Ah, le bénéfice, on s'en connaît.
C'est un des deux.
Il faut raquer le peu là, sinon ça ne va pas donner là-bas.
Can they
We
use it
need
as gel on
people
there?
to stay. It's not yet. The guys are not even seeing that the ability to present
They are there, I'm not showing us.
They will give to Sandra. Sandra will stay for
Another girl.
Let her pay your food.
allow it. Just be observing as it is there. And be reading prayer as the rest.
Allez, va pas. People are waiting. They are waiting for the thing to happen.
The permanent bonds are being broken. So the box is increasing. I don't know how to begin to observe this very reactive. Are you here to be making noise?
Are you going? What are you doing?
Are you here to be making noise? Please, we don't want disturbance. So as the chemical bonds are continuously being broken, the bulk will increasing. Enough space, it's just like if we grab ourselves here, okay, the volume will be very small. As our bonds are broken, we move like apart. So the bulk, the amount increases. That is what is happening. So it's going to rise until it start pouring on the smoke. Yeah, when it pours on, pour in here, then no, it's not going to burn. No, with plastics are resistant to heat. Yes, plastics are resistant to heat. So what we are using here is actually
Those stars are coming from the other forms that make cameraman.
you mean
In Madara, that when you open the stars, small stars inside.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is the colorant that you put.
Yes, very.
It's colorant.
Tu mets
Just like you are reading now, I think
peux te poster.
just find that, you know, just like what you see. It's just the colorant. It's not easy, but at the end of the process, maybe when stirring, you can simply add the colorant. You must have noticed that the sodium ion we can verify that the concentration is not really, it's not really well attained as expected. But that is no problem. That is impossible. Touch the walls of the container. It dries here, you can simply try to press it between the thumbs. You press it. Then, if you want very fine grain, you can sieve. Yes, if you want very fine grain, you can sieve. Immediately you can learn that stage. So it depends on the quality that you want. Even Gary that we make, Gary is a different quality. The one with very fine grains, big grains and so on is the same thing here. This one at this moment, the grains of course, it gets dry here. It will not be as fine as you can imagine. It will not be getting.
Hey, so you can relate it now.
No, that is not English.
My geology student.